by what he says, but by his own example. Mufti Mink, if I can invite you onto stage. Jazakumullah khair.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahi walhamdulillahi wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillahi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. My brothers and sisters, every one of us is supposed to pray 5 times a day. Prayer as in salah. If you look at the word salah, it is unique in the Arabic language. It does not actually translate in English as prayer, but we use the word prayer because it's the closest term to explain that we're actually connecting with our Maker. But salah is not actually the word prayer, because prayer could also be dua or supplication. If I were to raise my hands and beg from Allah in any language, even if it's my imagination and I'm trying to word it and I'm not so good at wording what I want, you and I know that that's a supplication. It's also called a prayer. If I say to you, for example, pray what? Pray that we have a good event. Is that salah? It's not salah, it's a dua. I'm asking you to make a dua that we have a good event. What language is that in? In any language whatsoever. It's irrelevant to Allah. The fact is, you're calling out to your Maker for you to achieve something. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Now, when it comes to the 5 daily prayers, we're talking of a specific set of actions and words with an intention that starts in a specific way with Allahu Akbar and it ends in a specific way with Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, right? That's salah. You pray 5 times a day. We are taught that it's one of the most important pillars of Islam. The second pillar of Islam is prayer. In fact, we are taught that if your prayer is in order, everything else will be in order on the Day of Judgment. And if your prayer is not in order, you may have a major disaster on that particular day. May Allah forgive us. May He make us steadfast on our prayers. Say Ameen. Ameen, 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 Ameen. So, imagine if I were to tell you that the caller who calls to the prayer, known as the what? Say it. Mu'adhin. The caller who calls to prayer gets a full reward for everyone who came to pray and who prayed as a result of the reminder that he offered through the adhan. Hayya ala salah. What did he just say? He said, come to prayer. And then you came to prayer. Who gets a reward? The one who called you to pray. أطول الناس أعناقا يوم القيامة المؤذنون. The Prophet ﷺ says in a narration, the most conspicuous people on the Day of Judgment with the longest necks, meaning you'll see them, are the ones who used to call others to pray, those who used to call the adhan. One of the reasons is they get a full reward for everyone who prayed. And if you know a mu'adhin who's been there for 10 years, 15 years and more, imagine how much reward they're getting. I am getting a reward for my prayer alone. He's getting a reward for 1,000 people a day. The bigger the masjid, the more the reward. And sometimes you have people at home, like the women and the others, who may have heard the prayer as a reminder and then prayed. Who gets a reward? The one who prayed, fulfilled, and you get a reward. But the one who encouraged or reminded you in any way or participated in facilitating your prayer gets a full reward for your entire prayer. Now I want to take that somewhere else. The men who are here, how many of you have been to the masjid? Put up your hands. That's everyone. Everyone. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Okay. How many of you have been to the masjid in the last week? Put up your hands. Everyone again. How many of you have been to the masjid on Friday, Jumu'ah, this last Jumu'ah? Put up your hands. Same number of hands. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Okay, I want to tell you something. Do you know someone paid for where you parked your car, if it was a parking within the boundaries of the masjid or within the boundaries of the property of the masjid? Someone paid for the place where you took your shoes out and put them there. Someone